Hello and welcome to Namaste Thunder Bay. I'm Kelly Rooney and I'm here to guide you through a 25-minute yoga practice. We are enjoying a gorgeous sunny day here in Thunder Bay and I'm out on my back deck ready to take you through this practice. If you're inside, please feel free to enjoy this practice indoors, but if you have a laptop or an iPad, we are on YouTube. You can bring me outside, bring me to the lake, head out to the park or in your own backyard. Being in nature can be very inspiring for your yoga practice. It can allow you to really get into the sensations in your body and noticing the sounds and smells of nature around you. So as we get started, we want to center into our bodies. That's a very important part of the practice. So grab your yoga mat, your towel, whatever it is that you're using, and let's come down onto our backs. And while you're on your back, stretch out nice and long. Arms overhead, make your body as long as you can. And then bring your arms down to your sides, find a comfortable space, and breathe naturally. And as you breathe, notice if your exhale is longer than your inhale. Notice where you feel your body moving as you breathe. Take a moment to set your intention for your time on the mat today. What do you want to explore in yourself as you go through yoga? Take a cleansing breath deep in through the nose. Let it out through the mouth. And again, let a sigh out while you do that. Let all the energy out. One more. And again, stretch your body long and lift your hands and your feet off of the floor or the mat and begin to rotate the wrists and the ankles. Starting off moving in one direction, and then switch and work in the other direction. And then as you inhale, bring your left knee in toward your chest and give it a gentle squeeze. Allow it to come out to the side and in toward your armpit. Give it another gentle squeeze. Let the left leg float up into the air and take your arms to the back of the leg, using the weight of the arms to bring the leg toward you. Not pulling on it, but just a little gentle pressure. As you take a breath in, give it a little squeeze, and exhale, letting it float down in time with your breath. Inhale your right knee into the chest. Give it a squeeze. Let the knee come out to the side and squeeze it in toward the armpit. Let it float up into the air. Take the arms to the back of the leg. Use the weight of the arms to bring the leg toward you. As you breathe in, give a gentle squeeze. And as you exhale, let it float down slowly. We're about to breathe both legs in toward the chest and then rock through the spine if that's available to you. If it's not, you can just press up to a seated position. Otherwise, rock your way up to a seated position. And in your seated position, you can cross your legs or you can keep them stretched out in front of you. We're going to take time to move our body in time with our breath, starting with our arms. Breathe in and bring your arms up overhead. Look up to your hands. Exhale, bring them down in time with your breath. This time, bring the arms in front, stretch up as you breathe in. And as you exhale, take them out wide to the sides. Really feel that rotation through the shoulders. Inhale up. Exhale out and wide. This time, inhale, bringing the arms up overhead. And as you exhale, rotate at the waist and bring the left hand down to the right knee and twist and look away. Inhale up. Exhale to the other side. Inhale up. Exhale, twist. Inhale up. Exhale, twist. Coming back to neutral, we're going to go up onto hands and knees, and we're going to make sure that the hands are beneath the shoulders, knees are underneath the hips, and we're going to start off with the cat-cow breath. So as you breathe in, arch the back, look down to the belly button. As you exhale, scoop the back out, bring the chest forward and the head up. Inhale up to cat. Exhale out to cow. We're going to do 3 more. Follow the rhythm of your own breath. Remember to breathe in all the way, slight pause at the top of the inhale. As you exhale, let all the air out. Come to a neutral back after your 3rd breath, and we're going to change directions. So this time, as you inhale, scoop the back, bring the chest forward and the head up. And as you exhale, press up into cat. Really feel the stretch between the shoulder blades. Inhale to cow. And exhale to cat. 2 more times. Coming to a flat back when you're finished. We're going to take the right foot out to the side slightly and then extend the left leg out behind you so that you have a nice long line from your shoulder all the way down to your left heel. And then from here, as you inhale, you stretch the arm forward. Exhale, bringing it up and around. Inhale forward. Exhale up and around. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, rotate. Chest is open wide to the side. Inhale. Exhale. From here, you can take the hand to the waist or up into the air. We're going to lift the left leg off the mat, holding your balance, making sure you're breathing and smiling. If you want to make it a little more challenging, you can take your gaze up toward the sky. Lower the foot down, plant the hand down, coming back to hands and knees, checking in with your alignment, making sure your hands are underneath your shoulders, knees are underneath your hips. I'm going to turn around so I don't end up having my back to you, but you can stay as you are. And this time we will turn the right foot out to the side. Left foot out to the side, extend the right leg so that you got that beautiful long line down the body. And inhale, stretching the right hand forward. Exhale, a nice big round circle. Inhale, stretch. Exhale. Inhale, forward. Exhale, nice and wide, open chest. Inhale and exhale. From here, again, you can take the hand to your waist or up into the air and then bring the right foot off the floor, holding your balance, but keep breathing. Your gaze can be straight ahead or up toward the sky. And as always, one side might be more challenging than the other. Remember to notice that without judgment. Be kind to yourself. And then lower the foot down, coming back onto your hands and your knees. Now, on our hands and knees, we're going to begin to ignite the core. So, to do that, we're going to take the left hand forward and the right heel back. Feeling the balance, making sure the left hip is still hugged in nice and tight to the midline, not sliding out to the side. Breathing and smiling again. And before we leave this, we're going to breathe and stretch. And as you exhale, bring the elbow and the knee together. Breathe in, stretch. Exhale, come together. Breathe in and stretch. Exhale together. Inhale, stretch. And hold. Lift the leg a little higher if that's available. And lower down. We're going to shift sides. So check in on your alignment. Hands are underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Right hand forward, left heel back. Right hip is tucked up nice and high to the midline. Belly button is in toward the spine, core is engaged. Inhale to stretch. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, knee to elbow. Follow the rhythm of your breath. One more. Stretch. Lift the leg a little higher if it's available. Lower down. From here, we're going to explore that first downward dog of the day. So curl the toes under at the back, pressing your hands in firmly to the mat, lifting your hips up and back for your downward dog. In your first downward dog of the day, you might want to lower one heel down at a time or keep a bend in the knees. You want to visualize the tailbone lifting up toward the ceiling or the sky and lowering the chest down toward the mat. Walk your feet toward your hands. When your feet are near your hands, you can bring your hands to either elbow and use the weight of your torso to help pull you forward from the waist. You can stay still or you can rock side to side or put a little bounce in the movement to really loosen up the muscles. Before we leave this, drop your hands down like a rag doll. Enjoy a moment of release. You can put a bend in the knee and place all of the weight on the thighs and really feel that lower back loosening up. And then roll up slowly, one vertebrae at a time. Your head is the last to come up. And then we're ready to move through 3 different sun salutations today. As I mentioned, today is all about slow flow, moving from one movement to another, but not so quick that we're doing everything in time with each breath. So we'll start off in our classical sun sal with our hands at the heart center. With our hands at heart center, breathe in, let it all out. Breathe in and bring the hands up overhead into a back bend. Exhale, bringing the hands down the center of the body, palms together all the way down to the mat. Keep a bend in the knee if you need it. Breathe in and step the left foot back. Step the right foot back and shift into downward dog. Angle the body forward into your plank pose and lower down slowly through chaturanga, so keeping those elbows tight to the body. And relax the feet, bring the chest and shoulders up for cobra. Press yourself up and back into your downward dog. Take 5 deep breaths in your downward dog. Checking in with your alignment. Are your hands planted firmly? Is your tailbone lifting up toward the ceiling? Heart sinking down toward the mat. Navel drawn in toward the spine. Inhale the right foot up into the air for 3-legged dog. Bring it forward and plant it as close to your hands as you can. And then bring the left leg next to it. Bring the palms of your hands together in prayer pose, coming up slowly, 1 vertebrae at a time, drawing them up through heart center, extending overhead for a back bend, and then settle down to heart center to close. Beautiful. We're going to move right into our next sun salutation series. We're starting with our hands at our sides. Inhale and bring your hands up overhead, looking up to your hands. And as you come forward from the waist, arms out to the side in a big swan dive. Coming down, if your knees need to be bent, that's fine, bend the knees. Inhale, coming halfway up to a flat back. Exhale, plant the hands down and step the feet back to plank. In your plank, you can lower your knees down if you need to. We're going to bring ourselves down to the mat slowly through chaturanga, so those elbows are tight to the body. When you're settled, breathe in and bring the chest and shoulders up for cobra. Exhale, pressing up and back to downward dog. You can walk or hop your feet toward your hands. Breathe in, coming halfway up to a flat back. As you exhale, fold the body all the way forward. Coming up slowly, 1 vertebrae at a time. Directly into the next one. Inhale, your arms overhead. Exhale, swan diving forward. Inhale, halfway up to a flat back. Exhale, coming down to plank. In your plank, lower down slowly through chaturanga. And inhale up for cobra. Exhale, pressing up and back to downward dog. Walk your feet toward your hands. Inhale, halfway up to a flat back. Exhale, folding forward. Coming up slowly, 1 vertebrae at a time. We're going to do it one more time. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, swan diving forward. Inhale, coming halfway up to a flat back. Exhale, plant the hands down and step the feet back to plank and lower down slowly through chaturanga. Inhale, up for cobra. And exhale, up and back to downward dog. Walk the feet toward the hands. Inhale, halfway up to a flat back. Exhale, folding forward. Coming up slowly, 1 vertebrae at a time. Hands overhead, palms together, and sink them down to heart center to close. We're going to move right into another form of our sun salutation. So with your hands at your sides, as you breathe in, sink your hips back into a chair that's slightly too far away, keeping your chest up nice and high. Palms are facing one another, biceps are up by the ears in your chair position. And as you exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway up to a flat back. And exhale, coming down to plank. In your plank, reminder, you can set the knees down if you need to. If you want to make it more challenging as you come down through chaturanga, stop at the 90-degree angle on the elbows, all the way down to the mat. Inhale up for cobra, making sure that those shoulder blades are back and down. Inhale up and back to downward dog. Make sure you're firmly planted in your downward dog. Inhale the left leg up into the air for three-legged dog, and bring it forward and plant it close to your hands. You can shuffle it forward if you need to. Turn the right toes out to the side slightly, bringing your chest up, arms overhead, biceps by the ears, palms facing one another, hips are squared forward for warrior one. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, coming forward, plant the hands down and step the foot back to plank. Lower down through chaturanga. And inhale up for cobra. Press up and back to downward dog. Check in again, make sure you're completely grounded in your downward dog. Inhale your right leg up into the air. Bring it forward and plant it close to your hands. Left toes turn out slightly. Bring your torso up. Chest is up and open. Biceps are by the ears. Palms are facing one another in your warrior one stance. Take a deep breath in. And come forward, plant the hands down, step the foot back to plank, and lower down through chaturanga. Inhale up for cobra. Exhale up and back to downward dog. Walk your feet toward your hands. Breathe in, coming halfway up to a flat back. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, sinking your hips back into a chair that's slightly too far away. Bring the hands together at heart center and stand to close. That's quite a few sun salutations that we've run through, so your body should be warm and limber all the way through. This is a typical way of firing up all the muscles, loosening everything up. We'll do one last series of movements before we wrap up today. We'll start at the back of the mat. So walk your way to the back of the mat. We're going to take a deep step forward with your left foot, making sure that your knee is over top of your ankle. Turning your right foot out on a 90-degree angle so it's parallel to the back of your mat. Open your body up to the side, arms out to a T. If there's tension in your shoulders, turn your palms up and then back down again. Take your gaze out over your front fingertips. This is your warrior two stance. Front palm up, bring it up into the air, letting the back arm go down. Take your gaze up to the sky. Come forward and plant the forearm on the bent knee. Now, if you've been doing this for a while, you might find yourself leaning right into that. This is just a placement. You want the chest nice and open to the side, arm extended beyond so the bicep is near the ear. Fingertips are stretching out beyond. Coming back up. Straighten the front knee. Let the hip come out to the side. Reach forward and come down into triangle. Now sweep the hand down. Plant both hands coming up onto the toe at the back. Shifting the weight up and back. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. So bringing the knee forward. You're going to shift into your warrior two stance. So remember, you're doing the other side now. And I'm going to simulate that because I didn't want to turn my back to you. Knee is over top of the ankle. Arms are stretched out to the sides. Gaze goes over the front fingertips. Palm up in the air. Bring it up and let the back arm go down. You can even take it all the way around and hook it onto the waist or the thigh. Come forward and plant the forearm on the front knee. Back arm up in line with the ear. Come back up into your warrior two stance and straighten the front knee. Shift the hip, reach forward with the fingertips and down into triangle. And bring the hands down, come up onto the toes at the back. Shift the weight up and back to downward dog. Plant the knees down slowly and sink the hips back toward the heels in child's pose. Taking 3 to 5 deep breaths in your child's pose. As you're in your child's pose, feel the air coming in and out of your lungs. You'll feel your back expanding and contracting, settling your hips down toward your heels. And this is where I'm going to leave you in your practice today. You can continue resting in your child's pose or move into a moment of Shavasana, which is your final resting pose. I hope you enjoyed our practice today. Have a beautiful day and Namaste Thunder Bay.